One of the most important things that we need to do before we can really start this dispo process is we need to make sure that we get photos of our property so that we can market it. So what I want to talk through now is how exactly do we go about getting photos from a property, especially if we're doing things virtually. Well, first I want to talk about where is it that you can go to find a photo runner. There's two different options here, okay? So we can either go with a licensed inspector, or we can hire someone as an independent contractor to truly just go run to the property and take photos, okay? We actually use a licensed inspector in our market, and in order to find a licensed inspector, I would pick up the phone, I would start to call people who own smaller licensed inspection companies. Now, this conversation is very important. You're going to go to them and you're going to say, hey, listen, I don't need the 40 to 70 page full retail inspection that you're used to doing. Instead, I need a shortened one-page version. We actually have an example in the resources in this training, so I highly recommend taking a look at this. But ultimately, you want to go to them and say, hey, listen, I'm an investor. I buy 5 to 10 houses a month or 20 houses a month, whatever that is. I'm looking to find someone who can do a shorthand version of, again, just making sure we're looking at all of the major components in the right aspect. You're a licensed inspector, you know exactly what to look for. So I just need you to walk through the house and just note some of the major things like the age of the furnace, age of the air conditioning, what you think about the roof, the siding, the windows, everything in the house. If you see mold, point it out. If you see a cracked floor joist or whatever it might be, point it out. If you see open junction boxes, these are the things that we need to know so we can do our own due diligence. But again, I don't need a full report. So because I'm going to be working with you or someone like you and doing a lot of business, I would like to find someone who's going to value that relationship. Again, spending significantly less time in a property doing the inspection to where maybe we can do more of these inspections for a little bit less of a cost. Now, what we pay is $150 in our market. We have plenty of students, for example, who have gone to licensed inspectors and have said, I want this shorthand version. Are you able to do this? And they've worked out a deal where if you do the first one every month is like $300. And then if you do 3, then we'll take it down to $200. And then after you go more than 5, we'll do $150 or something similar to that. But they are billing them once a month, and it's all based on the total volume that they do. So that's just an idea when it comes to negotiating a rate with a licensed inspector. This is our ideal scenario, but not everyone's going to do that. So something else we would want to look at is maybe buying or finding a runner. Where are you going to go to find a runner? Well, that's a great question. You can go to all of the Facebook groups that are real estate focused, real estate off market, real estate realtors. Realtors are great for runners, especially the ones who maybe aren't doing as much business. So you maybe go to a Facebook group and say, hey, we're looking for someone to run to properties, take photos, jot some notes about the condition. Is anyone interested? Or maybe even just say, hey, willing to pay $75, $100 for someone to go out to a property for 30 minutes and basically do these things. So Facebook is always good. You can post jobs on Craigslist as well. You could probably post something on Indeed even. I wouldn't recommend the Indeed route, but Facebook is what's worked best for us. Now again, for a runner, we want to make sure that we're looking at paying them somewhere between the $75 to $100 range. For a licensed inspector to go and put their shorthand report together, you'll probably pay somewhere between $150 to $250. Now this is typically a one-page report. Again, shortened version, significantly less time on a property. Most inspectors would spend anywhere from 2 to even 4 hours in a house. We don't need that. We need 20 to 30 minutes. So significantly shorter amount of time. Now one thing I want to point out, you can see here, if we feel it's going to be hard to get back into a property again because there's a tenant, maybe an eviction scenario, or for whatever reason it's just very difficult to get back in for a second time, this does happen. We want to then ask this licensed inspector for a full retail report. When you have a full retail report, it's going to be a little more expensive, $400, $500, even $600, depending upon which company you go with. But again, it's going to give as much detailed information to any buyer who knows what they're doing. Is going to be able to make a buying decision based off of that report. So again, this is all pre-marketing. We have to hire a photo runner to go get photos so that we can upload all of that information, determine a price, therefore we can market the property through email, text, all of that stuff. The photos are the first step.